find a lot of times when you restore an old car, you might need a special bolt or a special clevis pin that needs to be case hardened. If you use a bolt or a clevis pin like this, it is not a hardened or case hardened pin, and you use it in a clutch mechanism or a brake, you're going to find that it's going to wear right through on you. You can take a hacksaw and you can saw a notch in this, or saw it in two with no trouble. We're going to get this red hot. As soon as we do, we're going to put it down in this material here, and you can buy this from any hardware store.
Get her down on the end, Fred. That's good.
It's starting to get hot on us now. You want to get it red hot.
Okay, it looks like it's good.
You just take it, coat the whole thing in this material. Just work it around in this material. Now we're going to heat it again. As soon as it gets red hot, we're going to dip it in water.
Looks pretty good.
If you don't have the proper hardness, if you take a file or something to this thing and you don't think it's hard enough yet, just repeat it, or repeat it a third time, and it'll work nice for you. Now that you got that beautiful restoration finished, there's one more point I'd like to make. When you store your car and you don't use it in the wintertime, take care of the battery. Make sure it's clean on top. A little acid on the top will cause it to drain down. You can buy a trickle charger for $10, $20. You just hook it on there and leave it on there. Make sure it's got water in the battery all the time. You might disconnect the cables too. Next thing is you want to run that car. And maybe just not run it in the garage. Take it out around the block. Run it for at least a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. If you don't run it that long, you're just going to create a lot of moisture in the exhaust system, and it's going to rust out, and you're going to create moisture in the engine, which is going to pollute the oil. Another thing, if you got a car cover, make sure you got a car cover that's made for the car, the material that's right, so it breathes, that it doesn't cause moisture underneath and cause the car to sweat. If you're not going to drive that car and you're going to run it maybe in the garage, set it up on stands. If you don't, you're going to have flat spots on the tires after it sets for a good while. Another thing, gas has a shelf life of maybe 4 months. And if you leave gas in the car without adding a stabilizer to it, you're going to have gas tank problems, fuel pump problems, carburetor problems. It's going to be a mess. And the last thing I want to talk about is the engine oil. It should be changed a couple of times a year, whether you only drive it 50 or 100 miles. If you drive it more, you might have to change it more often.
We hope you enjoy these 6 tapes. We tried to cover the most important things in a restoration. What we want you to do is drop us a line. Keep in touch. Let us know how your project's coming along. Right, Fred?
Right. If we haven't showed you something you would like to see, write us and tell us what it is. And remember, work smart and work safely and enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
And remember, you can do it yourself. It's easy.